What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EI Entertainment Studios. Today is something different. Most of my viewers might get surprised by the content of this video because usually when I do debate videos is when I do gameplay. I was gonna put pictures and talk on it or just gonna put my face, but I thought it would be more interesting to kind of put gameplay and talk over it. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys want me to put pictures next time or my face or just gameplay. Anyway, so I really wanted to talk about this. I was really eager to make this video, so here I am making it. My main focus is Shin Godzilla, and what's gonna happen to Shin Godzilla? A while back, I remember the whole community going crazy when Shin Godzilla 2 was announced as cancelled. Now, the reason why this is so important is because, yes, the movie of Shin Godzilla was cancelled. Now, what I'm about to say might not be new news at the moment, but we're gonna go more deep into this conversation. Shin Godzilla 2 was cancelled. Yes, it was confirmed from Toho that they are ditching Shin Godzilla for a they're ditching the film of Shin Godzilla 2 for a shared cinematic universe, right? A movie for Ghidorah, a movie for Rodan or Mothra, so on and so forth, and possibly even new kaiju. So this is going to be post Monsterverse talk. This is what everything comes after the Monsterverse. I don't know if Toho will go ahead and renew the contract with Legendary after Godzilla vs. Kong, but for now, nothing has at all been confirmed for that. So what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna go with the basic that we know, and that is it will not confirm the contract. I may be wrong, they might renew the contract, but so far it's gonna end after Godzilla vs. Kong. And my focus here is what's gonna happen to Shin Godzilla, not the movie but the characters. See, they're two different things, and some people didn't understand this. When they said Shin Godzilla 2 is cancelled, a lot of people thought that the whole character is cancelled with it. And that's not necessarily true. The character is still here, and I don't see a reason at all for Shin Godzilla to disappear. I mean, there's no reason for Toho to bring a new character, as in a new Godzilla character, make a backstory for him all over again. Pretty much, make another Godzilla. A better way to put it is make another solo Godzilla movie. There's actually no reason for that at all. So what I'm gonna say is, I truly believe after Godzilla vs. Kong, or after 2020, is when our first cinematic universe film is gonna come from Toho. Um, Now, is it going to be a Godzilla film? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a film that's going to set up the cinematic universe. I believe that it's going to be a movie more on a new kaiju, maybe a Ghidorah film, a Destroya film. I don't know. I can't tell you that because I don't have the information. I'm not going to blurt anything out because I have no source for that. But what I will say is I don't think it's going to be a Godzilla movie, and I think the biggest reason for that is I think they want to open the door for new kaiju. And I think, the interesting thing is the shared universe is nothing new. All of their, starting from the Showa to the Heisei to the Millennium, it was all a shared universe. All of their movies was a shared universe. And so this is nothing new. And the reason why I think they're trying to make this something new is because I think they're trying to open the door for new monsters and not make Godzilla the spotlight at all times. Obviously, we know Godzilla is always going to be the spotlight, but I think they want to open the door for so many more kaiju to come in, as I was saying, a solo film for Ghidorah and maybe a trilogy for Ghidorah. Who knows? Like what they did for Mothra, that was pretty successful, and I don't see a reason why not almost every monster deserves that. I mean, just imagine the character I'm fighting right now, Hedorah. Imagine if they were to make a trilogy on Hedorah and go deeper into his origins. Like, that would have been so cool. And I think that is what they're trying to do. And I think that Shin Godzilla is going to play a massive role. Not necessarily the character, but what we've taken from the film. So, when you remember watching Shin Godzilla, the fact is, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and this is gonna be 100% real with you guys. The reason that, and like, I'll be honest, Godzilla King of the Monsters, the new film from Michael Dougherty, was a great film. I enjoyed it a lot. But there is a specific reason why it actually failed on Rotten Tomatoes and kind of at the box office. It scored much less money-wise compared to Godzilla 2014 and Godzilla vs. Kong, and it did it you know it did good money, but compared to those movies, it did terrible. And Godzilla 2014 didn't have to be an important movie because it was the first ever Godzilla movie for like a few years, right? So it didn't matter. But after you do that, you have to give a sense of importance to your Godzilla film. And Godzilla King of the Monsters was good in terms of it's a monster flick, very cool CGI, very cool monster action, actually a very actiony film, if that's even a word. And it did successfully finish that. But it was a flat movie, as in, it didn't mean anything. There was nothing important about this film. And that's the main factor of why in my opinion, Shin Godzilla was a success and Godzilla King of the Monsters was a failure. I mean, as a Godzilla fan, I came out of the movie theater happy with King of the Monsters because it's Godzilla. But if I were to go in more depth and give it a full review, especially knowing that there is a movie called Shin Godzilla, of it being so much more better in terms of now pacing, no. Shin Godzilla failed at pacing. But there's a reason why. There is a reason why, and this is becoming a rant. This video is literally becoming a rant. But there is a reason why Shin Godzilla was so long. It's because Toho did it on purpose. They did it on purpose as in to show the corruption of the government, and more of corruption as in they think that they're doing a good job, but how slow they're responding. For every single meeting they change rooms. Well, that takes time, and that's pretty much most of the scenes. But, they could have done a little bit better on that. But what I'm trying to say is Shin Godzilla wasn't a film only about Godzilla or other monsters. Godzilla King of the Monsters was only about Godzilla and the other monsters. Nothing more, nothing less. Shin Godzilla, however, is a focus on bureaucracy, government corruption, and just, the good old nuclear bomb. But this film had something to do with importance, right? There was a message being portrayed. Now, I'm not saying every movie they have to portray the same message, but Toho gave a message about why the government failed in the tsunami, and they put Godzilla, instead of using the tsunami, they put Godzilla, and they showed how the government is so unorganized, and how the government could have, if they were to act quicker, more professionally, they could have saved so many more lives. That right there is a big thing that's a ballsy thing to do as a movie company, to go against your own government. I mean, props to Toho for doing that, right? That's like free speech to the max, in my opinion, or at least practicing your free speech. And then Shin Godzilla, the way they designed, the design of Shin Godzilla was so specific. It was done to be so horrifying and terrifying, rhyming. A lot of people complain why he's so slow. And Godzilla, you see, Godzilla King of the Monsters, another reason why King of the Monsters fails, because Godzilla has emotion. Godzilla is not supposed to have emotion. Godzilla's supposed to be a horrifying creature. We're all gonna excuse the Showa era of Godzilla. I mean, that was just cheesy B movie, but I love it. Anyways, nothing will beat the Showa era. Change my mind. I bet you can. Anyways, Godzilla is not supposed to have emotion. He's supposed to be static. His emotion is supposed to be static. A creature that is an abomination, and all that he is a walking atom bomb. Excuse me. A walking atom bomb, and there's something in my mouth. A walking atom bomb, and the effects of our pollution. So he's an abomination. There's no need to have think. And yeah, I do like the story of King of the Monsters. He needs to be an alpha predator, but it's very basic. It's very lazy, and it kind of takes away from the character. But it is still a very good movie in the sense of action. But meaning-wise, this is why it fell short, because it didn't have meaning. And a lot of people will go to Rotten Tomatoes, and that's what critics were looking for. The reason why, I mean, there is, I think, a 200 million. I'm not sure. I didn't do my homework. I'm so sorry, but I think there's a $200 million gap of budget for Shin Godzilla and King of the Monsters. And with that much budget, they could have done their writing so much more better. I think the directing was good. I think Michael Dougherty did a phenomenal job, but the writing could have been so much more better, so much more meaningful. And with that much of a budget difference, the fact that Shin Godzilla did so much better was not because of the special effects. You know, special effects could have been much better. It was because the movie had a purpose. So what I'm trying to say with this, and I am rambling. Wow, it's been probably like 10 minutes now. But where I'm trying to go with this is that I think that if Toho takes the same steps and gives meaning and doesn't, kind of like drift off like they did in their Heisei films. Look, their Heisei films are really good. It has, I mean, 1984 is one of the best films ever from Godzilla, in my opinion. Obviously, nothing beats 1954, but, it's one of the best films out there, in my opinion. But again, they started drifting off to being more meaningless, especially when it got to the final war zone. It was everywhere. It was everywhere. It was legit everywhere. I think that if Toho takes the steps, continues the steps they took in Shin Godzilla with their cinematic universe, it could be a major success for Toho. It could continue winning motion picture awards for them. What are best picture awards for them? As long as they don't make a monster movie just to be a monster movie. Yes, for me and you that you're watching, you might be a hardcore Godzilla fan, and just monsters fighting might be enough for me and you. But the general audience, not really. Not everyone watches Godzilla movies because they're a big Godzilla fan. They want to get something out of it. That's what most people like. That is what will cause most people to click, or not click, to pay at the box office to watch. Because if they're not a big Godzilla fan, and if the movie has a good purpose, that could possibly sell them into watching Shin Godzilla, or excuse me, Godzilla King of the Monsters, if that was the case, or future Godzilla movies. And what I'm trying to say is, if they continue with this ideology with Shin Godzilla's purposeful meaning, I think that the cinematic universe will be a major success. And if they don't, hopefully they don't run on to do a Final Wars thing, and they kind of just no meaning. It's just a Godzilla movie to be a Godzilla movie. I mean, come on, it's 2019. Let's move on. Let's get better in writing, guys. And Toho, you're doing it. Warner Brothers, check yourself on the writing portion. Now, well, actually, I would say Legendary, because Warner Bros. Just distributing it. Same thing, whatever. Anyways, so the main point of this video is to kind of wrap it up is, I believe that Shin Godzilla will come back into the cinematic universe as the main Godzilla. There's no reason for them to create a new Godzilla. However, I did see some news about a new Godzilla design coming out, but I don't believe it is for a movie. I think it's for like a special event or something. But anyways, what I'm saying is, there is no reason for Toho to remake, and I think that'll actually cause them. I think if they change the Godzilla, it will cause it to fail. Who is gonna? I mean, I would watch it. You would watch it as a Godzilla fan. But if you're not a Godzilla fan, why would you go watch another solo Godzilla movie? Are you kidding me? If I was not a fan, I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. Now that the good portion of the world is familiar with Shin Godzilla, I think that they should stick with him and put him into the cinematic universe and see where it goes from there. And I'm really excited to see what Toho gives us. But there will be more videos coming out about the MonsterVerse, about Godzilla vs. Kong, because that is going to be an interesting movie, and hopefully they do improve the writing and they do put something that's meaningful in the movie. So we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you guys want me to talk about next. This video will be out tomorrow, as in I'm talking today. And this Friday, well, it's going to be announced on my community page anyways, but this Friday we will be having Godzilla 2019 versus Legendary Gigan, as you guys voted in the polls for the next debate video. And the next short film, whoever watched all the way to the end will know before everyone. The next short film is gonna be a one that I've been waiting to do for a while again, and I want to finish up the big storyline, and I want to make the finale of this mini-series that I've made, and that is Godzilla 2019 versus Godzilla 2014 Part 2 short film, be coming out this weekend. So I am very excited to announce that, and if you didn't watch all the way to the video, I guess you'll be finding out on Thursday. I'll probably announce it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure making this video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.